I am not a Negro, black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is. Yo. We just Moors in America, soared through the shores and endured criminal acts of war on our character. 7 years after the 4th score, no reward. Shout out to the most courageous, they was jumping over barriers. Where does that compare to you? We come from a place where you scared to visit our area. We come from a place where it's scary for good Samaritans. Heavy luggage we carrying, babies having babies. It's crazy being American. Praise the one and only Allah, there's no comparison. La ilaha illa Allah, body and buried gin. Laughing at you clowns like ha-ha, dodging the Nephilim. Conquer lower self with the high, follow your regimen. Way before they came we were gods and now we specimen. Tried to take the light from our eyes, thank God for Edison. Then they put the wool on our eyes, it's so embarrassing. Now we travel frequently, we should invest in Sheraton. All of us got gold on our bodies whenever we stepping in. Screaming Ramadan, Mubarak, training the flesh again. Wishing we could move as a unit just like the Mexicans. Dodging all the foods with estrogen, synthetic medicines. All sin isn't devilish. Sometimes the decisions that you make come for a better gift. Sometimes when you sin is to relate to all your brethren. Heavenly gates all in our face, we the champions. We live in the sky, we see the angels on the chariots. Waiting on the $20 bill, face a Harriet. I bet you I'ma carry it. I'm in love with music to the point I wanna marry it. But my love for people is greater, so I write messages. Largest spending power, but we still sit at a deficit. Living amongst prejudice, even at our residence. Moors in America, flourishing, excellent. Let's buy up some neighborhoods and groom our own president. Yeah. And I come to you today with all intentions of spreading love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Peace to all the Moors that are here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Just want to say good evening, everybody. You're listening to the True and Living Light Bringer Moors in America. As always, I'm your brother Lloyd Douglas L, also known as Sharif Ali. Here, we are uncovering and bringing glorious light to all issues pertinent to the Moorish American paradigm. That's what we do on this podcast known as Moors in America. Hopefully, everyone is having a great evening. And if you wouldn't mind, please share this broadcast on your favorite social media platform, no matter whether you're watching it on Instagram. Yes, we are live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. So regardless of where you're watching it, hit the like and the share button. So we're going to be speaking about traveling today. This is going to be a great show you don't want to miss. I will be speaking with the Mrs. L up in here. So we're going to get things started. Don't go anywhere, Moors. Peace. Peace, Morris. As I said, we're talking about travel today. Let me go ahead and bring on my guest right now.
Peace and love, family. All is well. All is well. I'm super excited for this Moorish Travel Monday. Look out for this Moorish Travel Monday. We're going to be here doing this every Monday. We're just going to sit up here and talk about travel with the family. This is something that we are super passionate about. This brings us great joy and happiness. And anybody who travels probably shares the same experience with us on this subject. All right. Why are we starting this Morris Travel Monday? Anybody who's has that question, I wanted to kind of share, you know, for everyone who's been following us through the years, first of all, we have been sharing our travels for over 18 years with the family. Anybody who's been with us for that long, honors to you, first and foremost. Honors to you, for sticking with us and following us through these years and through our journeys. We took you guys to Brazil with us, for 5 years. We, traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, with three small children. We went down south, stayed in the Carolinas. We stayed in Florida, Miami for a couple years. Then we went to Brazil, to Bahia, Salvador Bahia, Brazil, which was a life-changing experience, right? Um, Anybody who's interested in more information about Brazil and our travels there, we also have a site where we share the specific details from our day to day and everything that we were doing there. And it was breathtaking, amazing to be around, our people of the diaspora down there in South America that look just like us and everybody in our family from light to dark. Our people is everywhere and we are a worldwide people. And that's why I wanted to share, and have these type of dialogues with the family, because I want to urge everybody to get up and experience the world, because that is our birthright, to be able to move around freely and experience this world and everything and everybody in it. Okay? It is life-changing experience when we get out and we travel. There's a picture up right now. Um, we were out in a small fishing town called Cachoeira in Bahia, Brazil, and this was a ceremony that was going on. You want to talk about a little bit about that, Sharif?
Sure, yeah. So, yeah, the website you was mentioning where we spoke of, where there's information on there about Brazil. The website is moreaboutbahia.com. I'll put that up on the screen. And yeah, so we used to live there, and we lived there for a while. So we just shared all types of information on there, whether it's for people that just want to go there to visit, or people that actually live there, want to live abroad, And I mean, I advise people to visit a place before you move there. We just moved there though, never been there before. Yeah, we went to this small town in the state of Bahia. It's called Cachoeira. Cachoeira, as you said, means waterfall, and there was a ceremony there. Um, Basically, in English, it's like for the sisterhood of the Lady of Our Good Death, and all of the women in that order. That's this order of candomblé. Candomblé is like a form of voodoo. They're all sisters, like dark skinned sisters. They have like an elder every year. They always have like the highest priest is an elder, and that year like the lady was like in her 90s, and they all wear all white. They wear also white turbans, and they have a ceremony every year, I believe in February, in that town, and people come there from all over the world. Like you may have never heard of it, but people come there from Australia, Germany, all over the world just to witness this ceremony. The whole town turns out or turns up for it. It's a beautiful, beautiful little town too, and it's just amazing. Like this, I guess you could say Afro Brazilian culture, and what everything that takes place in there. It's an amazing thing to witness, and just living abroad and seeing that there's people like your people all over the place, like literally all over the place, especially throughout the Americas. You know, there's literally people there that might look like somebody from your family or, someone that you grew up with. And, we're everywhere. Okay. And so, like, yeah, I do think traveling is great, is important, is something that we should all do if we're able to, just to get that experience. Because as you travel, it expands your consciousness. It really does. You can't help but to expand and to grow. And that's all I have to say on that. But it was a great experience.
Yes, yes, it was. And we were there for so long, and I actually had one of our children there, and we always talk about going back and taking groups back with us, and that is definitely in the near future. And I just want to bring us back to the topic of why travel. Okay, we travel to broaden our horizons, to broaden our perspectives and increase our happiness, right? To step out of our comfort zones, like the brother said, connect with our people all over the world. Is a major part of our growth and development. It helps us to build character, by having our children travel with us, and we traveled as a family. And by us living back in the States right now, we see something special in our children because they're not like a lot of their peers, because they did get that experience of, growing up in another country. And so, they're not real materialistic. They're not followers. They don't care about the new Jordan 360s or whatever the next Jordan is coming out. They don't care about none of that, because we lived in a place where people didn't have all those things and they were still happy. Islamic, and they had, the morals, the community was intact. They saw the love, and you know we learned that you don't really need all these things that they're selling to us all the time to be happy and to live, at peace with yourself and your surroundings. And so, travel could be very, very therapeutic. Okay, it allows us to appreciate the world, right? Travel is actually a stress reduction. Traveling reduces stress. You guys hear that? I'm going to say that again. Traveling reduces stress. It lessens our anxiety, right? It alleviates symptoms of depression. So this travel is a therapy, and we use it as a therapy in this household. Islam family. So stepping outside of our daily routine is sometimes is so necessary to prevent that burnout. I know people who's been on their jobs 15, 20 years, and they're just burnt out. They're tired, they're beat down. And if it wasn't for, that vacation time, that travel time, they would have been quit. They would have been left. Even though it's great money and it's helping them to sustain, you know, provide for their family, we need to unplug from that daily routine. And as Moorish American Muslims, we are to imitate our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? And so when we're studying the lessons and we're studying the prophet, we see that the prophet traveled. The prophet just didn't stay in his state that he was born in of North Carolina, right? The prophet was
Yeah,
traveling
if you could
throughout the
pause right
state.
there, hold
Yes.
your train of thought. So, like when the prophet goes to Cuba, which we know he did, we have the records showing that he actually did that as well as the records from then. and he wrote about it. But when the prophet goes to a place like Cuba, guess what? He's surrounded by people that look like him. Like this picture that's up here. This is um this is my youngest son in his class when he was when we lived in Brazil. And he's I mean, you wouldn't know who's the American, but he's the little boy with the yellow shirt with Curious George on it, right at the bottom, the one with the braids. And it's like this is what the prophet would be surrounded by when he goes to Cuba, surrounded by our people, by Asiatics. Just like if you go to Jamaica. So when you go to Puerto Rico, you go to Dominican Republic, Haiti, all of these places, you're surrounded by your own people. And we can make bridges and build with our own people. So the power and potential that we have is tremendous. It's tremendous. And just from living there and living in the neighborhood and being with our people, you know, working with our people, children going to school with them too, we see the similarities. It's like we have so much in common, right? Even though they speak Portuguese in Brazil, for example, and in other places they might speak Spanish, or, but we have so much in common. So the family is large, is huge. So what we really need to be doing more is getting our affairs in order, as far as locally, and then being able to move abroad. And I think it's really important to actually to be able to travel for real. Like for example, I'm not taking advice from anyone claiming to be a Moor that can't move around freely. Or in order to move around freely, you have to, well, you got to study this and you got to study that, and you got to be able to run off all of these codes and laws off to the officers, the people who want to argue right to travel,
Yes, and
or who want to,
still might get locked up.
yeah, and but you want to try to, finagle some kind of world passport or something crazy and ridiculous is not recognized by any state, any nations, you know? And then you have people like Most Def who actually did that a few years ago trying to move on a world passport. And he wound up sitting in some room somewhere in South Africa, not knowing if he'll be able to enter the country or go back home. Right, having to answer all these questions and why are you doing this? Why do you have this? Why don't you just have a regular passport? You claim you're American. Where's right? So I'm telling you, like, you have to be wise out here, Morris. We don't want to be stuck in trivial, insignificant things. You have Morris that say, "Oh no, you don't need to have a license or a passport." Where have you been? Any of these Morris talking that mess? Where have you been? Because if you can't at least show more passport stamps, if you can't at least show you've been to more countries than me, I ain't listening to you. And there's no way anyone who's sensible will put their family in danger trying to drive without a license or trying to travel on some bogus, I'm trying to keep it clean, some bogus paperwork, right? That's foolish, Morris. We should be beyond that. Nobody else is squabbling with stuff like that. You don't have Nigerians squabbling with stuff like that. You don't have anyone else. That's just one example. You don't have Japanese, Chinese, anyone else squabbling with issues like that. Everybody's legit. Let's be legit and keep it moving so we can get this bread. So we can get out here and break bread with our Asiatic brothers and sisters all over the world, but especially throughout the Americas. Right? Let's move beyond that, man. It's time to get out here and do it for real, and find out that the world is actually wide open, especially to us.
Islam, yes, absolutely. Um, you know, like he said, the prophet was traveling. So we should get our passports and our affairs in order so that we could follow the path of the prophet. Go to the places where the prophet visited. Go to these places. Let's go to Egypt. Let's go to Mexico. Let's go to Cuba. Why not? Why not? like you said, the world is wide open. And, you know, just like everybody else who follows their prophet successfully, and we know when we follow our prophet, success is sure to come. So we do need to, get our affairs in order and go to these places and see the people, open up lines of communications with these people in these different places and the governments, and start trade, start our businesses, export, goods and services. Everybody else do it. We see them doing it. They're coming from across all kinds of waters, coming into our neighborhoods and opening up businesses. We could do the same thing, Islam. And that's the beautiful thing. There's nothing holding us back but us. And if all we have to do is to get a passport to, to take an international flight, don't let nobody and nothing stop you from going out and seeing the world, Islam. And be very careful with these groups that's telling you to do all this paperwork that's going to take you, somewhere where you can't obtain a passport and a valid ID. Okay, because we know people who've done that and they're stuck. They can't go anywhere. They can't catch a flight. They can't go anywhere outside of the US. They could barely leave their state because, they're a target, because they went and did all this other stuff is raising red flags. Because at the end of the day, the regular people who is trained, for these jobs to collect your information when you want to do stuff like travel, they're not prepared for the paperwork that you have to present. So that's a whole nother story though. We're not here to down anybody. Mistakes were made, and now it's time to correct those mistakes and to move forward. And we are talking about getting your family and going to see the world and experiencing life to the fullest. And don't let nothing stop you from doing those things. So, the significant memories that are built when we travel, those are memories that we'll have for the rest of our lives and our children's lives. The things that they've seen, the foods that they're tasting, the languages that they hear, the culture that they're experiencing. This is for us. Our ancestors did all this for us. So we should not limit ourselves to where we can go and what we can do in this world. Islam. And then if you could see the pictures on the screen, this is just from our recent travels. This is just stuff that we did in the past year or 2 years. These are all the places that we've been to. And we encourage everybody to get out there and see this stuff, because a lot of this stuff comes from our forefathers. The architecture. You travel throughout the US in all the major cities, you can see the thumbprints of our forefathers. You can see how things, especially the very old buildings, how things were built, how things were made, how things were planned out. And they're still using this to this day. And that all came from the beautiful minds of the amazing Moorish brothers and sisters from hundreds and thousands of years ago. We are definitely a worldwide people. And to go to these places and to see where our ancestors once lived, once traveled, once created civilizations and societies, it's mind-blowing. Because here what they teach us, They teach us that we come from slavery, and we can own nothing. We ain't create nothing. The things we did create was taken away from us, and you know, other people claim to have created it. But when we travel, we could see the lies. We could see the things that we've done because they can't undo it. It's so great. They're still standing, and it cannot be replicated. So at the end of the day, this is what Moorish Travel Mondays is about. It's about us getting up and moving around and creating a new world, new experiences with new memories for ourselves and our families. Islam? All right. Um, so if anybody is interested in traveling, or if anybody wants to get together and plan a group trip to any of the places that our prophet once traveled, I say, you know, send a message and let's get together and build on that. Check out the pages, the links in the descriptions. I am a licensed travel agent, and you can click on my link and you can kind of mess around right here on the search engine with cruises, car rentals, flights. Everything is going to give you the best prices that is on the market. And like I said, group travel is where it's at. If you've never been anywhere, kind of scared to go out by yourself, shoot, let a group of Moors get together and start traveling. We will take over the hotel, the resort, the cruise ship, and that would be such a beautiful sight.
Yeah, like we could, like the brother said, she said we could hit up Mexico. We could go to the Yucatan Peninsula, and go to the pyramids. We could go to Egypt. We could go to Morocco. We could do whatever we want. And we can do it legit. Like when we go, we're gonna go for real. And you'll be able to take your children, or parents, or whoever family friends want to come. And we can all go there safely and come back safely, no issues, no problem whatsoever, right? And as the sister was saying, with our eyes open when we travel, we see things now in a new light. When we seeing the architecture, when we're visiting these places, we can go to Peru, we can go see Machu Picchu, all of these, amazing places, where you have the ruins, and it's just like anything we can do. And as we was saying earlier, we can also have diplomatic missions where we can meet with the Asiatics there. And if we're moving correctly now, we can actually open up diplomatic ties, right? Maybe there's things that we can import into this country from wherever we're going. But I'm just saying we can go and we can actually set up real legitimate ties instead of, the crazy talk and the fantasy talk that everybody else is speaking about. Because it's like, look, man, if we're going to meet with the Asiatics in Mexico or in Cuba or Brazil or anywhere else. We can all we can speak with them and break bread and brotherhood and love, but we can also start trade, you know, and that's the biggest way or the best way to open up ties with other people in other parts of the world, to break bread with trade. And it's big because we can do it. We're free to do this. And there's legit ways to do it. And I'm saying, Morris, like, don't waste your time squabbling with something that's gonna have you out here, you know, with your pants down, looking stupid, right? Let's move legit and let's do it. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Yes. So we are going to be planning couple of small group trips throughout this year, throughout 2024. And then we're going to be planning a big group trip, like, 2 weeks, cruising down the Nile River, seeing the pyramids. When I say big, I'm talking about big. We going to be out there. And so on excursions and, tours. So definitely send your questions. Okay, send all your questions. We'll answer them. We're gonna have some dates and some prices together. That's why I said we plan ahead and we save up for these big group trips. And anybody who's interested in coming, you are welcome, Islam, because we're gonna be doing it. We're going to be doing it, and we're going to be doing it bigger and better every time. And I'm saying, let's take, my dream is to take 200 Moors over to Morocco, over to Egypt, over to Spain. Let's go see what our forefathers did for this world so that we could come back with some very pertinent information and have a better vision of what our Prophet Noble Drew Ali has for us. Islam, I love you all. Thank you for attending this Moorish Travel Monday. We're going to be doing this every Monday. So subscribe, follow the travel pages. And like I said, if you have any questions, send them in and we'll talk about it on Monday. Islam, peace and love, family.
All right, Islam. So yeah, we about to shut things down. And Moors, if you just want to get like some discounts on car rentals or flights, cruises, hotels, go to the link that's in the description. It's all legit. And as I said, as the sister said too, um, when we travel, it's legit. If we all want to go somewhere like as a group, a Moorish group, to whether it's abroad or somewhere here like the Grand Canyon, right? It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be family fun too, right? Where you can bring the children. It's gonna be safe. We're not gonna be having anybody out there, in harm's way because we're not gonna do anything that we wouldn't do. So it'll be cool, and like that's how we're moving more. And just wanted to share this with you all. Make sure you check out the link. Make sure you hit the like and share button. We're about to go ahead and get out of here, Morris. Peace and love. Right.
Every day, billions of searches are conducted online, therefore it is critical that your company stands out to the small percentage of clients who are essential to your business. Our team of local digital marketing consultants and SEO experts is eager to help your company achieve its goals through a consultative approach, top Google rankings, and collaboration. Here at Adept Marketing Solutions, we stand for integrity, dedication, ingenuity, and results. We know how to navigate the ever-changing digital landscape and what brands must do to succeed. Visit our website to see what we can do to help you reach your goals.
CareMore is a non-profit organization focused on providing goods and services to families and individuals in our underfunded communities in Central Ohio. We have created an online presence to reach members of our Central Ohio communities, as well as local events and meetings to give away supplies and donations throughout the city all year long. Visit our website to learn more and to send a donation.
Highest quality handmade fezzes. Crafted fez with the finest wool, complete with tassel and leather sweatband. Wear the national headdress of Moorish Americans with pride and respect. 3XL size fez is a comfortable fit for brothers with dreadlocks. Shipping worldwide. Go to moorishfez.com to order.
Don't let your history start at slavery. Join with Moorish Science Temple, a lawfully chartered Islamic organization, and proclaim your nationality while helping us uplift fallen humanity. Founded by American prophet Noble Drew Ali and consistently promoted plans for the betterment of humankind. We are located in Columbus, Ohio. Visit our website www.moorishamericans.com and follow us on social media. We hold live meetings on Zoom every Friday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give us a call at 614-407-4394 if you would like to join or send donations to help us uplift fallen humanity.
Fez Caps blends Moorish style with modern streetwear hats. The cutting-edge design features Moorish symbols with a silk tassel on the dome of the cap. More than just a fashion statement, Fez Caps represents something powerful and ancient within you. Go to fezcaps.com to order your Fez Cap now.